Hello everyone and welcome back to Send It's Weather channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the latest ECMWF chart from Norway for the next 6 weeks, which will take us to the 18th of November. We're going to be looking at the regular sea level pressure anomalies, we'll take a look at the rainfall, and we'll take a look at the temperature anomalies. So let's get started. Right then, so let's start with week 1. I forgot to mention we'll be including the mean sea level pressure anomalies. So this is your pressure charts in the sea, or what you can see from that level. So as you can see, high pressure is blocking towards Greenland. We have low pressure through the country and just to the east, which is allowing, well, it's quite unsettled, but it is allowing a slack northeasterly flow through the country. As you can see, that is highly emphasised by this chart here, the 500 HPA height, which is like about 1,000 metres above sea level. Low pressure is sat right over the top of the country. High pressure is blocking around Greenland, and it is allowing a slack northeasterly flow. As you'll see from the temps here, it is slightly cooler than average, not particularly so, 1 to 3 degrees in Scotland and about 1 degree for us. Southeast is about average for the time of year, and as you can see, there's a slight sliver for Western Europe, such as into Spain and Portugal, even parts of France, where it is slightly below average. As you can see, Iceland is a bit more substantially colder than average. If you look at precipitation, it's very wet, as you might have heard. We've got obviously that blocking is keeping it dry to the northwest, and through the Atlantic. And for the UK, we are bringing in wet and windy weather from the jet stream. That's for the 7th to the 14th. This is when we've been talking about the possibilities of this Hurricane Kurt, which would become a storm as it moves into the Atlantic. Hurricane Kurt could produce a lot of wet and windy weather. It's very uncertain with how it's going to approach the UK and affect the UK. It could bring cold weather. It could bring just lots of heavy downpours for the country. But it's uncertain at this stage, so we're not going to it. Week 2 will be the 14th to the 21st of October. So as we can see here, low pressure is just to our west and through the country, but it's very weak already. High pressure is centred towards Iceland. If this low is to the south here, then we will be bringing in the wind from the east or the northeast, I would say. If we look at the 500 HPA heights charts, then the low disappears and we have a high pressure between Iceland and Scotland, and we are bringing the wind in from an east or northeasterly direction. Temperature averages will probably be around average, as I expected. Obviously, cooler to the north, as usual. There's lots and lots of above average anomalies around, though. This is temperature, remember. We're sort of around average, or no signal. We should be, well, still slightly wetter than average, as I said on the other charts. The mean sea level pressure, it was showing this low pressure through here, through France, and sort of like the jet stream. That could be where the jet's sat. sorry. And that's allowing wet weather to move in. But obviously, you never know. It could change slightly. Week 3 will be the 21st to the 28th of October. Wow, this looks very good for if you want dry weather. Could dry things out. So high pressure is sat just to the west of the UK. Around that, the wind could be coming in from an easterly direction, or a northeast. It could be something like that. Obviously, it would be slightly cool. Wouldn't be cold, but it would most definitely be dry, which would be a welcome change, I'm sure, for a lot of people. Now, this isn't very helpful. It just shows high pressure towards Greenland and over the UK, which obviously is still dry, but the wind direction is hard to work out. But I'd say it's probably from sort of a northeasterly, but it won't be very cool. Okay, maybe it is, or maybe I'm wrong, but it wouldn't be too different at the surface. It probably would be around average. Slightly cooler for the south, you can see, into France, Spain, but obviously the proper easterlies would be around the high and would be going towards Spain, which is why it's probably a bit cooler than average. And precipitation anomalies are, as I suspected, drier than average as we are sat under that high pressure. That's it, right. Week 4 will be the 28th to the 4th of November. Well, this is not great. So we can see high pressure is to our south, and also to the north. So I don't really know. It could be from the northeast, and then the low pressure is well away to our southwest, well away from us. So we could be trying to bring in winds from the south, for southwest or the south, for southern parts of the UK, but also winds from the northeast, for the northern half of the UK. Okay, this looks way better then. This is way better from the 500 HPA heights. Blocking area of high pressure towards Greenland, and over Scotland just about, which means it'd be dry. Winds would be in from the east, could be quite cool at that time of year as we are getting into the end of October. Temperature anomalies, no better than average, and precipitation anomalies, there's a signal for drier than average to the north, and that's about it. Obviously, as we're getting further out, things become more uncertain. If you are enjoying this video, then please do leave a like and subscribe and let me know what you want to see in the comments. We will be releasing the first winter updates, which will take a look at the Christmas period and through November and into December to start with. Week 5, 4th to 11th, we're getting very far out now, but it is showing strengthening of blocking towards Greenland. Could allow the wind to come in from the northeast, but obviously it's a long way out. If we look again, yep, exactly. Northeasterly wind, pretty similar. And temperature anomalies are actually, well, don't really understand that. Slightly above average, but it's 5 weeks. That we're not too concerned. It's just for fun. And obviously dry to our north, wetter to our south. I'd say it's around average. And finally, we'll take a look at the 11th to the 18th of November. And, well, this is a bit of more of a strengthening signal of high pressure to the north. Low pressure is just to our south. This could be where the jet stream is running, carrying all the low pressures. And you'd expect the winds to be in from the east over northeast again. So lots of easterlies and northeasterlies with this run. Yeah, there's the low just to the east of Scandinavia, maybe even in towards Russia. And winds are in from the northeast. So temperature normally should go around average. And they do. So there is actually good signals. I'll show you here, which I showed you before. Good signals for around the middle of the month for high pressure to be set around the country, which would make it dry, but could still be a little bit chilly. Throughout the whole run, it looks a little bit chilly for October. Into November, obviously it's a long way out, but it did look easterly or northeasterly, which would be cold at the time of year. But obviously it's all for fun. And if you did enjoy this video, then please do leave a like and subscribe. And cheers all for watching. And I'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye.